Welcome back. Today I'm going to continue my chronological journey through the Band-Maid catalog. Right now I'm in the middle of the album World Domination, and the last song I did was the title track, Domination. And I listened to Domination 4 times during that video, the audio, the official music video, the live video, and an instrumental version. And then of course I listened to it at least 4 times again while editing. And each time I liked Domination a little bit more than I did when I started that video. And I think I said twice during that video that it wasn't, one of my favorite songs, but by the end of that process, it's definitely in my top 20 right now. And I don't know how many songs I'm going to do today in this video, but I know that the next several do not have music videos because the track list here says Fate is track 5, then Spirit, Rockin' Me, Clang, Turn Me On, Carry On Living. None of those, to my knowledge, have official music videos or even official live videos. The next one that has an official video is Daydreaming, which I've already done because it was on the single that preceded this. And then after that is Anemone and Alive or Dead, and Dice is the last track on the album. Sorry, Honey is the last track on the album, but I've already done Honey. I'm going to try to get 3 or 4 songs in here, but they're going to be audio only. And I am going to pause occasionally to talk about what I think about the song. If you want to hear the song straight through, the audio versions of these are on YouTube, on Band-Maid's official channel, not to mention on various streaming services, or the albums are available for purchase. But let's just get right to it. The next song is Fate. I'm pretty sure I have heard this before. I'm not pretending that any of these songs are new to me, but I don't remember this song off the top of my head. Honestly, I can't remember if it's a slow song, medium tempo, hard song, because since I started this chronological journey, I haven't been listening to any songs beyond the point of what I've hit so far up through 2018 here. So let's just go see what Fate has for us. I guess that sentence could have been taken at least 2 different ways. Let's go. Sorry to pause so early, but before I forget, I want to say I really like the way that guitar sounds coming into the intro there. And then the shouting of Hey reminded me of a couple other songs from earlier albums. Was it Don't Let Me Down, where there were male voices shouting Hey? I think so. But anyway, this sounds pretty fun. And I think that was Misa doing the lead there, right there. As I cut it off, let's back up a few seconds. Okay, once the chorus kicked in there, I did remember hearing this song in the past. That is a pretty memorable melody, and I loved the part where suddenly you could tell that Miku was harmonizing with Psyche. That part sounded really nice. I unfolded the lyrics there while I was listening, and this again sounds like a song about self-encouragement, pushing oneself to do better, to aim higher. One reason I look at the lyric sheet is because even the lyrics in English, I don't always hear perfectly. And that's been the case with, hundreds of songs that I've listened to that were originally sung in American English. And I still didn't know what they said until I saw the lyric sheets or, heard somebody else say what that song said. So I always want to check to be sure. But yeah, it does say, take me up, shaking up my heart. Aim for more, jumping so high into the fire, fight till I die, it's all or nothing. Shout to the starlight, this is my fate. It does appear to be Band-Maid's fate to aim higher. Anyway, I like the lyrics there. It seems like at least a third of it, if not a half, is in English. I'm not going to look up the translation. I'm assuming that the rest of the song kind of backs up the part that we're hearing in English. Let's go. Yeah, the part where she was saying aim for more, aim for more. Before I looked at the lyrics, I thought they were saying evermore. So it's definitely a good thing that there's a lyrics sheet here and that I picked it up. All right, I really like this one. Like I said before, it has a catchy vocal melody, especially through the chorus. There was also some pretty intricate musical work during the verses. I can hear the lead guitar and the rhythm guitar doing two different things. Not to mention, Misa and Akane have given this band something really special. So I can't repeat this enough, but so many rock bands I listened to over the years, the drummer and the bassist must have been incredibly talented to have gotten in the band in the first place, but they sound pretty boring during a lot of those rock songs. But that's not the case with Band-Maid, and it's constantly evident that Misa and Akane have written intricate parts. And I know some of that might have come from Konami when she did the original composition, but I've also been told that both Misa and Akane, do a lot of rewriting and change-ups once they get the samples, the demo from Konami. And whoever's responsible for it, maybe all of them, that makes these songs really special to me, that the bass guitarist and the drummer are doing so much more than they have to. I'm hoping for a guitar solo here. Saiki and Miku both sound great vocally, but I'm ready for a little bit of Konami break here. Pretty soon, hopefully. One thing I forgot to mention during a previous pause was that a couple of times during the song it sounded like I heard some cowbell from Akane, which used to be a lot more common in rock songs, but I just, each time it was just two little hits, I think, just dunk dunk. But wow, the guitar solo was magnificent. The song was just perfect. I love the little pause and drop back right before the guitar solo, which kind of gave it more of an epic feel. There was just the right amount of movement during that break, with a little bit of background musicality on the sides there that felt like it was just kind of like revving up, ready for it. And then when the guitar solo hit, it came in just right. Brilliant writing, brilliant execution all around. I don't have any problems with that song. I'm just going to go on to the next one. The next one is Spirit, and the parts of this one that are in English sounds like it's dealing with mistakes, which of course we all make, and some of us deal with that better than others. I think it talks about the disappointment that you feel in yourself when you've done that, like, why did I go wrong? And even, why am I living? Which, is a pretty serious question, but it goes on to talk about, that's the way it goes. Don't worry, be happy. I think I've heard those two lines before. Don't cry. And it talks about living through, sunrise and darkness, learning how to cherish hope, And I'm pretty sure I've heard this one before too, just because I have listened to a lot of Band-Maid, especially when I first discovered them. I went through a bunch of their catalog on Spotify and here on YouTube, but I don't remember this one specifically, except I seem to remember where they shout out the name of the song at some point, like Spirit, but we'll see. I definitely don't remember how it opens. Okay, I feel like it's changed styles 2 or 3 times already. The previous song, Fate, I felt like almost the entire thing was very close to the kind of hard rock that I'd listened to late in high school and the few years after that. Even reminded me a little bit of Guns N' Roses, musically, not vocally. But this song, as soon as it started, it reminded me a lot of the 2000s rock, which I didn't listen to a lot of, but occasionally I would hear some of. But then it changed several times. Akane came in with some, not only the double bass pedal there, pulsing a couple of times, but just some runs or fills, whatever you want to call it. And there were a couple of little bass pops, and Psyche's voice is perfect for this song. I'm going to back up just a few seconds and keep going. I was not expecting the Misa there. I'm going to back up and hopefully find the beginning of that second verse again. It took me by surprise, but it felt a little bit like, especially if I knew it was coming, it felt a little bit like a massage for the soul or the spirit. Some people use the two terms synonymously. But I love how Band-Maid almost always takes the second verse, and even though the vocal melody will remain about the same, they will do different things with all the other instruments, and very often it's more of a drum and bass heavy second verse, as it was here. I love it. I'm going to back up and do that again. Well, I talk a lot about how Akane uses the double bass pedal in pulses, you know, to give you a chance to breathe. There was a little bit where I did not get a chance to breathe, but I liked it as a change from what she normally does. I'm going to listen to that part again. I definitely like the ones where there's kind of a second guitar solo right as we go into the outro in a completely different way. I love that song just as much as I like the one before it. And as much as I like Psyche's voice, I would love to hear that second verse without it, just once, because there was so much special music happening in the background of that second verse, really the entire song. At no point in the construction or composition of this song did anybody say, let's make this part easier. That's the thought that kept striking me throughout this entire song. Every single part of it seemed difficult, not only to put together and to make it work, but difficult to execute, difficult to play. You have to have incredible focus to be able to do the right thing while the person next to you is making sounds that are different and don't follow the same rhythm that you're doing. Obviously, lots of things are easier with tons of practice, but that's just really impressive. All right, the next song is Rock in Me. I did read the lyrics just now, and there are some English lines, but I'm not sure that I get what the song is about from the English parts of the lyrics. There are 3 or 4 places where it says, do you understand? My answer right now is no, but maybe I'll get it. There are also a couple of places where they shout, hey. That reminds me of a song a couple of songs ago. Tell you wonder, just go now, as one likes. All right, and I think I remember this one. I think I remember that this is the one that Miku has the lead vocals on. I hope I'm not wrong about that. That would be embarrassing, and I can just edit this part out. Let's give it a listen. Well, that's definitely Miku, but the first few lines, the quality or tone of her voice was slightly different than I expected, so it almost didn't sound like her, but I also know that she seems to have a pretty wide range in what she can do with her voice. The first few notes of the song almost reminded me of something from, I don't know, the 50s or 60s, but then when the rest of the music came in, it was definitely not that. And again, it reminds me of something that I might have heard in the early 2000s, the aughts, as some say. I don't know what the name of that particular subgenre is, but it has a nice bouncy feel. And as much as I like Psyche's voice, I think it's nice to change it up for a while, especially when you have a secondary vocalist that can carry this, this kind of song. Not every band has that, and, good for them. And I do know the story of how Miku was originally slated to be the lead vocalist, but stepped back, which is impressive in its own right. But when she does get her chance here, I think she shines. All right, backed up a few seconds. Let's keep going. My brain couldn't quite handle all the different things that I was hearing in the background of that. It felt like Misa and Akane and Kanami were just running amok, but somehow she sang over it and it all sounded correct. But I want to hear that one more time really quick. I don't know, maybe it goes on for the rest of the song, but I don't want to forget about this part right here, the composition of which, again, at no point did anyone say, let's just make this part easier. No, in fact, it sounded like that somebody might have said, let's make this part harder, more difficult, and they did. Oh, wow. Like I said, I've probably heard that song before. I'm certain that I have. I remembered from the title that it was Miku that sang it. But I'm pretty sure I've never listened to it on headphones that separate the sounds quite so good. There was so much happening in the background of that song. It was almost overwhelming. And I don't know what this song would have sounded like if Psyche had sung it or somebody else, but Miku's voice sounds like it was made for this song, or this song was made for her voice. It fit it perfectly. It sounded really good. Yeah, that was a really fun song, and in fact, I kind of wish they had made a music video for it, or at least a performance video, but the next song I have time for at least one more is Clang. And like most of the songs on this album, it was written by Band-Maid, lyrics by Miku Kabato. This one, in the English parts of the lyrics, say Brand New Way, which reminds me of the song Brand New Road from a few albums ago. Take it to the top, I don't give up. I'm skipping the Japanese parts to the English parts. Be just getting started. Hang in there. And that's about it. I mean, hang in there. That's good advice, I guess. Let's see what this one sounds like. And I think with this one, I'll close out the video. Hopefully this will be just as good as those last three. I think of the three that we've heard in this video so far, Fate is going to be my favorite, but the other two have no reason to bump them down a peg. Just my personal tastes lean toward the harder, steadier rock that we heard in Fate, especially the guitar solo part of it. Okay, this is Clang. I wish they'd started with that part. Oh my goodness, the song changed. Yeah, the sound at the beginning, I thought it was just going to be another song, and it reminded me a little bit of their first or second album, but then when the guitar changed, I got to catch that part again. I definitely liked it when it changed. Sorry to pause twice in the first 30 seconds, but that little section right there, if you had played that section for me 2 years ago or anytime earlier and asked me to guess what band or artist was playing that, I might have named one of the bands I'd heard of, or I might have said, I don't know, but I don't think I would have ever guessed. But I think it says something about our assumptions about the world, at least mine, that I don't think I would have ever guessed people that looked like this would have been playing that little section of music right there. I assume we're about to go into vocals. Let's just go. I'll try to go a little bit before I pause again. I've got to pause and take a breath for just a second, but that driving section, the section earlier in the intro, and then right through there, I guess after the chorus, I just love that part. But during the vocal part, once again, there were tons of things happening in the background. I felt like Konami was soloing almost. There were a couple of places where it sounded like she was just about to start to solo, but then she would pull back and she just played. She was just playing, just toying, having fun with her guitar there in the background, mostly in the right ear. Again, the bass guitar sounds magnificent here. Misa's, the tone of it is incredible. I guess that's what you call that. The way that she shapes the sound of the bass guitar is different than almost any other bass guitarist I've heard, and this one is my favorite. Even if I didn't know who was playing and singing this, just the sound of it is really amazing. I also like that there were a couple of places where, you know, the really hard driving part pulled back a little bit and felt like there was a pause and kind of a breath, and then it went back into it. I'm really enjoying this. I want to say that it reminds me of something by somebody, but maybe it just reminds me of what I wanted music to sound like all along. I think I just had a spiritual experience. I'm going to go back. I love the note just right before the guitar solo kicked in there, and the little bit bum, 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 building up to it. Well, speaking of B just getting started, I feel like I've just gotten started discovering Band-Maid's music and where it can take you, even though, again, I'm sure I've heard all of these songs before. I don't think there's any question this one's moving into my top 5. I don't think I can be objective right now and decide whether or not this was my new favorite Band-Maid song, but it's definitely going into the top 5. It belongs up there, in my opinion, with Puzzle, Moratorium, Real Existence, Order, and a few of the others that I have selected that, you know, if I just had to listen to 5 or 10 Band-Maid songs for the, you know, forever, this has to be one of them. Wow, I just cut out a long pause there. I couldn't compose my thoughts. I'm so impressed by 4 songs in a row, not a weak moment in any of them, and all 4 of which I would be happy to listen to again and again for the rest of the day, the week. I don't know what else to say. This band is magnificent. I wish I'd found them sooner. Although not too much sooner, because then I would have had to wait for these songs to come out. And now I don't have to wait. They're already here. And thank goodness for that. And thank you To all of those of you that have been watching and commenting, liking, you can subscribe if you want to, but I'm not asking you to because, no offense, but I really don't care if you subscribe. I'm not in this, to money and Patreons and all that stuff. I'm here because I like Band-Maid. This is just my personal channel. I do other things sometimes besides listen to Band-Maid. Like just a few days ago, I made a rack to hold all my screwdrivers, and I took some video footage of me doing that. I'm going to try to put that together and put that video on this channel too. For any of you that are into that sort of thing. If you actually do want to support me by subscribing and you have any interest in the game of chess whatsoever, I have a channel called Random Chess Person that actually is monetized, and I do care about that channel a little bit more than this one when it comes to, production and trying to create content regularly. But anyway, thank you again. I'll see you next time.